What's up guys, Duster McDangles back here with another video and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we're going to be taking a look at my picks for the Western Conference this upcoming season, predicting both the Central and Pacific Division as well as the two teams that will be making the wild card in my mind this upcoming season. But if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We've been growing like crazy and we're looking to hit 750 subscribers before the new year, so show that love and support. We're growing this community into something awesome and it is all because of you guys. So hit that subscribe button, continue the comments down below, and we will continue on this season. Exciting stuff this upcoming Tuesday, as the announcement I will do right now is that we will be live streaming the first game of the NHL season, the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the New York Rangers. Don't know the time yet, so stay tuned to when I will be starting the live stream, probably 30 minutes before the game actually starts, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado guys, let's go ahead, hop into this episode and take a look at the top teams that I think will finish this upcoming season in the Western Conference. Starting off in the Pacific Division this year guys, we will start at the top and work our way down. First place in the division I think this year is going to be the Edmonton Oilers. Anytime you've got a team with McDavid, Draisaitl, and a great cast of supporting players, back end is going to be interesting. Now the goaltending I think is what's going to put them over the top. They have Jack Campbell freshly over from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I think that with the majority of the roster still intact, their defense is going to be a little bit of a question mark, as some players such as Bouchard are going to have to step up on the back end along with Darnell Nurse. But with the extra goaltending this year, I think the Oilers are going to take that next step and take the division crown when it comes to beating their rivals, the Calgary Flames, who won it last year, which, moving now to second place in the division, I think will be the Calgary Flames. A lot of new faces, Jonathan Huberdeau coming over, Mackenzie Weegar also coming over. It will be interesting to see, as well as Nazem Kadri. They have some stacked players, but it's going to be interesting to see if that chemistry can mesh well together, as well as put it all together. I think on paper they might be the most overall balanced team when it comes to depth at both the forward, defense, and goaltending positions. I don't think they're going to put that chemistry together until later on in the year, and that's why I've got the Calgary Flames coming in second place, right below the Edmonton Oilers. When it comes to my third place team in the Pacific Division, it was a tough choice for me, but I think with the momentum that they gained last year, as well as a pretty decent top six forward core of players, I think the Vancouver Canucks are going to come in at third place in the division this upcoming season. I know it's going to be interesting because there are a few other teams within the division itself, such as the Golden Knights, the Los Angeles Kings, and even I think the Anaheim Ducks might surprise some people this year. But I think out of all those teams, the Vancouver Canucks are going to find a way to get it done to sneak into that third place. I think they'll be in the hunt for third and some of the wild card spots, but I think with the way other teams are going to play, I think Vancouver is going to be able to put it together. Thatcher Demko is going to have an amazing year. Back end, you can expect that Quinn Hughes is going to have his breakout season this upcoming year, and Elias Pettersson and the top dogs on the forward positions are going to put it together and have a solid year. Second year under Bruce Boudreau, so I expect the Vancouver Canucks to come in at third place. Before we do get to the wildcard teams, we're going to move on to the Central Division, working our way from top to bottom. And in first place, I've got the Colorado Avalanche, defending Stanley Cup champions. They did lose Nazem Kadri, but honestly, I think their lineup is still very solid to get the job done. Their top six forwards, you've got the likes of Rantanen, Landeskog, McKinnon. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to slot in on that second centerman spot since Kadri is gone. Is Comfer going to step up? Is Newhook going to step up? Those are some question marks for me for the Avalanche, but their back end is still very solid. You've got Makar and Devon Taves, Eric Johnson. You've got some solid defensemen back there. Goaltending will be a little bit of a question mark with Francois and Georgiev between the pipes, as that is a new tandem this year. It'll be interesting to see how that works itself out, but the Avalanche still deep, going to be making a push for the Stanley Cup this upcoming season, but I've got them slotted at number one for the Central Division. Coming in at number two for me are the St. Louis Blues, with another solid roster depth for them, forwards and defensive like. I think their big question mark will be goaltending this upcoming season, but Jordan Bennington, a proven goaltender in the league, I think will be able to step up. And with their depth at forward with O'Reilly, Tarasenko, Kyrou, Shen, you've got some top players up there that I think will be able to put the puck in the back of the net. You've got Barbashev, you got some other guys in there that I think will be able to help out, carry the load, spread it out, and have a lot of top goal scorers for the Blues on the back end. They are also very solid. You've got Krug, Falk, Parenko, some other guys on the back end as well that I think the Blues will be able to push for that top seed, but I don't think they'll be able to get it, as the Avalanche are just the better team on paper in my eyes. But the Blues are going to be a solid out in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be super easy. I think they'll be able to get to the second round of the playoffs, but I've got them slotted at number 2 in the Central Division. Coming in at number 3, we've got the Minnesota Wild, guys. This is one of the teams that I have question marks on, but I think they're still good enough roster-wise to get in to the playoffs in a division spot and not a wild card. I think, again, they'll be pushing for wild card, but I think they'll be able to slot in with some of the other teams that I'll list for the wild card below. But with their roster, Kirill Kaprizov, we'll see what he can do, put together a solid season. Can Spurgeon stay healthy this year? Dumba on the back end as well, and can Marc-Andre Fleury play like Marc-Andre Fleury? I think if Fleury is able to put it together and have a solid year, I think that the Minnesota Wild will be able to slot in at number 3. We've got a first round series again, Blues and Wild. It would be interesting, and I hope we get it this upcoming season. But those are my breakdowns for the Central Division. Now let's take a look at the wild card. When it comes to my wild card teams this upcoming year, I was going back and forth with a few teams, but my top 2 and the first wildcard team will be the LA Kings. They are young. They do have some sprinkled veteran presence in there. Kopitar, you've got Doughty, you've got Quick. So kind of each position, you've got a solid veteran presence and a bunch of young guys. It's going to be interesting what they can do to put it together. I know Kevin Fiala just came over from the Wild, and that's why I've got the Wild at number 3 as well for their division. But the Kings, again, with youth, veteran presence, and a lot of just solid talent. Depth is not really a concern for me, but the experience is what concerns me for the LA Kings. I think last year making a nice run to the playoffs will help them, and I think that's how they'll be able to get back in this upcoming season, having that experience. And if they can stay healthy, if Doughty has a full health year and can play, I'd say at least 78 games, I can expect the LA Kings to make the playoffs as a wildcard team and be a tough out for whoever they play in the first round. Coming in at the last spot of the playoffs, I was torn between a few couple teams here, guys. We've got the Golden Knights, we've got the Ducks, we've got the Stars, but the team I'm going with this upcoming year, guys, to make that second wildcard spot are the Nashville Predators. They've got some different depth up front. You've got Duchesne, Johansson, you've got Forsberg, you've got Kunin, you've got a bunch of different players in there that I think the Nashville Predators are going to be able to put something together. Obviously, on the back end, you've got Roman Josi, and also bringing over Ryan McDonough, I think, is going to be huge for the Predators. You've got Saros between the pipes, so they really have all the makings of a playoff team. It's just a matter of actually putting it together, staying healthy, and just putting their head down, doing the work. It'll be interesting to see if they can start hot at the start of the season. If they have a mid part of the year where they go down, I could see that happening, but I think that they'll finish up strong and be able to sneak in to the playoffs above the Knights and above some other teams, sneaking in at that second wildcard spot and being a really tough out for whoever they play in the first round. But that is it for this video, guys. I want to hear you guys down below in the comments. Do you think this breakdown of teams who are going to make the playoffs is going to be pretty close to what you guys are thinking, or who should be getting in over certain teams? Are the Vancouver Canucks, am I just overestimating what they can do and what they did last year to finish off the year? Is there a team on this list that you guys think shouldn't be there? Is there a team that's not on there that should be on there, such as the Stars, Golden Knights, Ducks? Who is it, guys? I want to hear from you down below in the comments. If you've made it to this point in the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future NHL content. Again, stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. We will be breaking down the Eastern Conference with both divisions and the wildcard teams of my predictions on who are going to win the division and make it to the playoffs, as well as Tuesday we've got the live stream for opening night in the NHL, guys. But that's going to be it for this episode today. I hope you guys have a good one, and as always, stay dusty.